Welcome to EcoEureka's marketing video for the development of the Port of Hunterston. Around 90% of non-bulk cargo worldwide is transported via container. 325 million tonnes of cargo is imported by container into the UK, with 177 million tonnes being exported. The majority of the UK ports have expansion plans in place, highlighting the need for an increased container capacity within the UK. EcoEureka proposes a new container hub at Hunterston in the north of the UK to solve this issue. This marketing video will run as follows. We will first explain the purpose of designing and implementing a container port at the Hunterston site. This will then be followed by an introduction to the company as a whole, in addition to the individual members and their respective roles. The proposed design for the container port will then be explained, supported by the site walkthroughs and key design features. Subsequently, the implementation strategy for this design will be demonstrated through the detailing of individual construction phases. This will then be followed by how the proposed design and implementation strategy meets the needs of our customers. Finally, the breakdown of estimated costs associated with the port will be presented, accompanied by the expected return on investment. We will now present to you the purposes of Hunterston Container Port. The purposes can be categorised under three main headings: increased trade, job creation, and reduced emissions. With the Port of Hunterston acting as a Northern European hub, the future demands of UK trade will be met by increasing container capacity through the ability to accommodate a maximum of 3 EEE vessels, the largest in the world. The port will also provide faster and lower cost connections with the majority of the world's major economies. The construction phase of development will create hundreds of jobs for a variety of roles, including project managers, tradesmen and structural engineers. On completion of construction, around 800 jobs will be created to ensure 24/7 operation of the port. In total, we estimate 10,000 jobs will be created both directly and indirectly from the development of the Port of Hunterston. With regard to reduced emissions, we estimate 1,579 megawatt-hours will be generated by solar panels located on buildings across the site, enough to power 300 family homes. In addition, 10 6-megawatt rated turbines will be installed on the site. EcoEureka aims to integrate a relatively high percentage of container movement via rail. The environmental benefit of doing so is that each freight train is expected to remove 90 lorries off the road and a predicted 76% reduction in CO2 for every tonne transported. The development will be completed according to EcoEureka's mission statement. Our vision is to become a leading engineering firm within the container port industry by providing economic, sustainable and efficient port solutions. By use of advanced technology and highly qualified engineers, we aim to surpass the needs of our customers, making EcoEureka a market leader. We will now introduce the EcoEureka team. Ayotunde is EcoEureka's project manager. Her focus and drive, combined with her relevant industrial experience, makes her an ideal member of the team, whilst her strong leadership skills make her the most suited candidate for the project manager. She will be focusing on the business plan, whilst liaising with the rest of the team throughout the project. George is EcoEureka's project secretary. His technical and practical skills allow him to pay particular attention to detail in design, whilst being capable of contributing in many areas of the project. He will be focusing on producing the documentation for EcoEureka, along with logistics and design management for the port development. Charlotte is EcoEureka's environmental and energy conservation consultant. Having an understanding in coastal engineering and wave behaviour makes her a valuable member of the team. She will focus on ensuring the design is sustainable and environmentally friendly by providing solutions to renewable energy generation as well as technical drawing. Sophie is EcoEureka's quality assurance consultant. Her widespread industrial experience has contributed to her critical and logistical skills, which are essential for her role in the team. As a result, she is suited to multiple roles throughout the project, including the design, logistics and time management. Oliver is EcoEureka's civil work design consultant. His role as group leader in previous projects has enabled him to achieve a high level of accuracy and efficiency through the design stage, making him the ideal team member to fulfill the role. His focus will be on providing a feasible port design that is critically and thoroughly analysed to ensure a highly effective design. Reese is EcoEureka's CAD and technical consultant. His industrial experience of working as a project manager allows him to lead projects and be led, supporting Ayotunde when necessary. He will focus his efforts on port logistics to create a high operating efficiency essential for a modern container hub. Phoebe is EcoEureka's creative and design consultant. Her experience in customer relations and interaction allows her to ensure that holistic considerations throughout the project are met. Her understanding of coastal projects and processes makes her suited to overseeing the sustainability and maritime design sectors. We will now explain the proposed design for the Port of Hunterston. Hunterston is located on the east coast of Scotland in North Ayrshire by the Firth of Clyde. The proposed design will use the existing land reclaimed from the sea in 1974 to build a construction yard. The site contains two main areas, the facilities section close to the entrance of the port and the container storage and loading area located near the quayside. The entrance to the Port of Hunterston consists of 3 entrance and 3 exit lanes with a barrier preventing any unauthorised access by checking driver ID card, fingerprints and terminal documents. As we follow the path that lorries would take, we approach the security gate. X-ray and radioactive scanners, in addition to driver identity verification, will ensure maximum security for incoming containers. Driver instructions, including allocated holding bay and loading bay, informs the driver of where to proceed. The lorry travels through the facilities area of the port and over the road bridge into the container storage and loading area. The 68 holding bays for the lorries are positioned directly behind their respective loading bays, separated by rails, allowing lorries to proceed as soon as loading bays become available. Stacked gantry cranes pick the relevant container and load it onto the lorry chassis, after which the lorry proceeds to the exit security gate. As you approach the quay, you can see AGV and tug maintenance warehouses on the left. The quay contains a total of 15 Super Post Panamax cranes, allowing a maximum of 3 EEE container ships to be serviced simultaneously. Automated guided vehicles transport containers between the quayside cranes and stacked gantry cranes, using a system of transponders in the pavement to pick a suitable path to avoid collisions. The intermodal train terminal consists of 10 700-metre long tracks served by 4 gantry cranes that pick containers off the chassis and position them on the correct train, whilst unloading incoming trains. The chassis are towed between the internal loading bays and the train bays by terminal tractors, whose role is to relocate empty chassis and move loaded chassis to allocated train bays. The port office will be a hub for welcoming visitors to the site. Administrative procedures for visitors will be conducted here to ensure a comprehensive record of all people on the site is recorded and monitored, in addition to invoicing, post distribution and staff records. The port accommodation will provide welfare services to any individuals wishing to stay overnight. It can provide services for 120 members in 60 twin rooms. The emergency service station provides facilities for fire, ambulance and police to uphold the duty of care to employees by complying with national and international regulations. We now travel under the road bridge to the control tower. The control tower has a total of 4 open office areas across 3 floors, totaling 215 desks, with additional rooms including closed offices, meeting rooms, a kitchen and canteen and toilets. At the top of the control tower there is 2 floors overseeing the operations of the port, with a 360-degree view at 60 metres above sea level. As the lorry exits the container storage and loading area via the road bridge, there is an option to turn into the HGV maintenance yard as shown. The yard offers rapid on-site services, maintenance and repairs to avoid expensive over-the-road repairs. The HGV maintenance yard is followed by the Customs and Excise building, in which further checks are conducted by customs officers on lorries that have been identified as hazardous or high risk. Before the lorry can exit the port, it must pass a security gate conducting similar scans that occur when entering the port. The lorry now exits the port at the final gate, where the equipment interchange receipt is produced to show proof of loading and security check passes. We will now present to you the implementation strategy. In May 2017, Phase 1 of construction is focused on connecting the existing transport network to the site whilst preparing the site for further construction work. Phase 2, beginning in February 2018, will see the key wall installation along with the construction of high priority large buildings. The port gates will be built in Phase 3, due to start in September 2018. Phase 4 will see the first berth being constructed, accompanied by the various warehouses on site and the accommodation. The port can now start operating with one berth in use, allowing money to be recouped from this phase onwards. Phase 5 and 6, starting in November 2019 and February 2020 respectively, will see the construction of the final 2 berths. The risk assessment covers 5 main topics: injuries, collisions, operations, hazardous substances and noise. The relevant risks are rated on severity and probability of occurring to produce a risk level. Necessary mitigating actions were identified in order to reduce this risk level, resulting in a safer working environment for all personnel involved in the construction and operation of the port. The customer needs will now be described. Meeting the port's customer needs is of utmost importance to EcoEureka in order to develop a successful project. The major stakeholders are displayed accompanied with their respective logo. As a result of the job creation and local economy boost, the various governing bodies will see benefit from the construction and operation of the port. A strong working relationship will be built between the Peel Group and EcoEureka to ensure operations at the Hunterston Coal Terminal aren't affected by the increase of ship traffic in the channel. Finally, the Port of Hunterston will provide additional business to container transportation and storage companies by offering low-cost, efficient handling services to customers. A SWOT analysis was conducted to highlight strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats to the Port of Hunterston. Our major strength is the automated and efficient port operations that reduce turnaround time and hence costs to our customers. In terms of weaknesses, EcoEureka's limited brand awareness as a result of being newly founded could cause issues when looking to sell this project. The global increase in demand for container trade provides a huge opportunity for design and development of a new container hub in the UK. Port sector is a very competitive market caused by the large proportions of trade that travel by container and therefore producing a threat to this project. The costs associated with construction and operation will now be explained. Phase 1 to 4 is expected to cost approximately £234 million with an estimated dredging cost of £91.2 million. Phases 5 and 6 are expected to cost around £117 million each, producing a total construction cost of £468 million. Considering the 30% contingency on construction, this total cost rises to £559.3 million. With a predicted annual income of £169 million, the return on investment is estimated to be 3.3 years. To conclude this marketing video, EcoEureka has provided a feasible and cost-effective design for the Port of Hunterston. This port will act as a northern European hub for container trade, solving the issue of approaching the maximum UK container capacity within ports. Thank you for watching.